Alright, hey, it's JuliusTheDragon, and we're doing an update video here. This is the same cage that he was in the feeding video, made by LLO Reptile. This is aluminum, and this is all screen. Right now he's 7.5 months old. Again, he's an Ambilobi Ambanja cross, and he's a male, obviously. He's 15 inches exactly, and he's maturing pretty nicely. If we want to talk about the lights up here, we've got a 60 watt just house bulb in a Zilla 8.5 inch fixture, and then back here we've got his UVB light. It's a Reptisun 5.0. These will last for 6 months. After 6 months you need to replace it because it doesn't emit as many rays as it should be. So you can't have these as long as you can have the UVA bulbs, which is pretty much heat. Inside the cage, right here, we've got a adult dwarf umbrella tree, and just pick these up at like Home Depot and like Kmart, local nurseries here in New Jersey. Here's a baby ficus. You'd actually be surprised how light these chameleons are. They're kind of like birds. They have not hollow bones, but really light bones for climbing and getting vertical. So the little branches on these ficuses actually support him pretty good. He sags them a little, but he pretty much grows into the plant as the plant grows. I don't know if you could see it, but in the back there, hanging on that red hook, is a medium-sized pothos. And as we're going into the cage here, just to give you a little perspective of how big they are, this is part of the pothos all the way over here, so that's a good 2.5 foot vine. And he doesn't really climb on that much. He goes on the red thing a little bit to zap the crickets in the back there. But those are the 3 plants that I'm using. If this dwarf umbrella dies, I will be replacing it with a hibiscus, which I actually have outside. That's his outside plant. You'll see that later in the video. Humidity in the cage is usually around 50 to 60% before mistings. So once the misting's done, it hits around 90 to 80%. They're really fine. I mean, they can handle 40% with the hygrometer. The thing is just they get dehydrated quicker. So you really want to aim for somewhere around 50 to 60%. And the plants actually serve 3 purposes for that. They keep the humidity up, not by much, but by enough. They also give him a place to hide and a place for him to eat. If he wants to eat the leaves, these leaves are all edible. They can't be consumed like the feeders do, but they can be nipped at and they won't hurt him. And they also serve kind of a safety thing. If he's climbing on the top of the cage like he was earlier and he loses his footing and falls, this is a 4-foot drop that could kill him. The thing is, these leaves, it's so dense in here, so if he falls right here, he's going to just hit the leaves and then slowly fall down, and he could just grab his way onto whatever he wants. Going on to diet, right now he's kind of not liking crickets. He did when he was a baby because it's a good source of protein, but now that he realizes that he can pretty much pick and choose what he wants to eat, he's liking superworms, silkworms, a little bit of waxworms, butterworms, pretty much every kind of worm Mulberry Farms has, he'll eat. Here he is. He's well hydrated. He's got some nice colors. He's got some nice fat on his back legs. And, yeah, he's getting pissed off. Alright, so, moving on. The red hook back there is supported by a circular wire, which is on this copper pipe back here. And that allows for the plant to be suspended in the cage. Pretty much once a month, I trim a good 6 inches off of them, because they'll actually overgrow his basking spot. And that becomes a problem because then it blocks the UVB light. As you can see, this ficus is doing it right now. It's really growing towards the light. Same with the back area there. And I'm going to have to trim that probably later tonight. But for watering system, go down here. We've got a Mist King system. We'll start with the reservoir. This is what I use to fill it up. Just a little glass thing. Gets in the sink pretty nicely. But just a 5-gallon bucket, and fill it with water. I use room temperature water on the weekends if I stay home and I know when the misting goes off. It goes off on 4 intervals. So when I know when the misting goes off, I fill it with steaming hot water. and it comes out just a little bit over room temperature. Then you've got your valve here, and your piping runs along the line to your Mist King timer, not your timer, to your Mist King pump. And then the pump circulates the water around. Up here it's duct tape so it doesn't rattle. And then up there we have the two misters. And in probably about 2 minutes this cage is completely drenched. But in the morning I do an intervals of 5 minutes in the morning. In the afternoon it's 12 minutes. 5 minutes again in the late evening, or not in the late afternoon, and then a little 30-second misting at 6:15 to keep the humidity up during the night. Here's the reservoir. I fill it up. It gets filled up probably in 2 days, and I fill it out, or I dump it out every day. Here's the timer, the power cords back there. Everything's on a timer, so in case I'm out late at night or on vacation or anything, all these lights come on at 6:30 and go off at 7. So there's no problem with that. On the floor here, I have the PVC pipe. I really like this cage because it comes out here. You could go like that. And it's just pure PVC pipe. And then I took little silicone right here, like aquarium glue kind of thing, and did it like that. So when the water comes from the misters, it doesn't seep through this. The only downfall is I can't take the PVC pipe out.